Hey guys, it's Monday evening here in the Philippines, and you know what time it is. It's time for us to do our premium car unboxing. Tonight's episode is dedicated to round two. I have some hobby exclusive releases from all three of their brands, Johnny Lightning, Racing Champions, and Autoworld. All of these are relatively new releases, except for the Autoworlds, which are from last year. Also have a couple of regular release, like retail release Johnny Lightnings and one Autoworld to take a look at. So let's get started. The first one I have here is a really cool release. It's Johnny Lightning Hobby exclusive of the 1959 Cadillac Curse. This is a newer release from them. They did have like Ecto 1, of course, and then they released the pre-Ecto about 2 or 3 months ago. It was like in Ghostbusters 1 when Ray bought the car that needed restored, and actually I have it right here. It was like the ambulance variant of Ecto 1, and they bought it and it needed restored. Well, that was the newest like release of this casting, because the Ecto 1 has all that stuff on the roof and such, and has the bumper, the bigger bumper, but this one does too. It's like a step-up bumper for, I guess, the people loading the patients or the dead people. So anyways, that's why I brought this one back and had it in the garage to kind of show you guys that. But anyways, this package of this one is really amazing, because usually Johnny Lightning usually has all the Johnny Lightning stuff all over it, and like colors and facts and things. And this is similar, but what I really like is the big Cadillac emblem, the Cadillac lettering, and then the background of the package is made to look like hand-stitched leather. I guess to represent maybe the roof or the interior, not sure, but this one doesn't have the vinyl top the way it looks. And then here it gives you some facts about the Hearst and so on. And anyways, some history about the Cadillac too. And it's limited to one of 2,500. And also on the back, it's kind of unusual too, because usually Johnny Lightning has all this stuff with round two, this and that, with Racing Champions, Autoworld. It has all these pictures of all of them together. This one doesn't have all this. It continues that black hand-stitched leather look with the Cadillac emblems, and then a history about the Cadillac, and then also the Cadillac Hearse. And it's like the first time Johnny Lightning has replicated this 59 Cadillac Hearst as built by Miller Meteor Coach Building Company. So this is a pretty cool piece. Almost ashamed to open it, but hey, that's what I do. So we're going to open this bad boy right now. And I do like Johnny's 59 Cadillac. I was hoping when they did this Hearse and then the pre-Ecto, they were going to retool it and fix the wheelbase, but they didn't. So, in my opinion, their Cadillac, Hearse, and ambulances, Ectos, and so on, the wheelbase and ride height and everything is a little bit off on it. But here you go. Here is that Hearse, and you'll see what I mean. I'll point this out to you guys. If you could see how short the space is between the rear bumper and the tire, it's just not like a 59 would be. So it's a little bit small, a little bit short wheelbase, and it sets a little bit too high. But still cool model. And it doesn't have the vinyl top as like most, I think, did these coaches or hearses. It's just painted black, which is pretty cool. They were going to release, and they still are releasing it, the 66 Cadillac Hearst. It was supposed to be released at the same time as this one in black, and later on they're releasing them in gold. But the 66 is the one I was looking forward to the most, because it's pretty much spot on. It may be a little bit small for 1/64th, but the dimensions and proportions are all right on the car. You may have seen it before too. They used it in the James Bond series a few years, probably a couple decades ago, actually, early 2000s, late 90s. they had that casting out, and it was pretty cool. So that one I have ordered too. So as soon as they release it, I will be getting it. Not sure why it got held up, but it did. This one was released first, so not sure if it's because of the virus and such things. But anyways, happy to get this one. Pretty cool to see this car like this without any Ecto 1 stuff on it or anything like that. And as I said, even the pre-Ecto is pretty cool too, because it's, you know, just like your ambulance that needed restored. Actually, they could have put this in like one of the barn find sets and had the barn find and then after resto. That would have been kind of a cool set too, so they could have done that with this guy. But that is the hobby exclusive Johnny Lightning that I have for you guys today. Now the other two Johnny Lightnings we have coming up are just regular retail releases. So just kind of giving this a spin around again for you guys to get another look at it. And on this one, it looks like the curtains are down too low. Like maybe it didn't get mounted to the top well. I'm not sure if that's how all of them are, or if this one is just like wasn't assembled properly. But anyways, pretty cool car. And as I said, this one is one that kind of the packaging helps make it. So if you guys are not openers, I can kind of justify not opening this one. And I kind of took it easy opening my package too, because I think I will display it in this package because it does look pretty cool. So anyways, let's continue on and go to the next Johnny Lightning. And I've got this car in two different colors. It is the 1970 Dodge Coronet Super Bee. And this is really cool. It's in Panther Pink. It's a little dark for Panther Pink, but still yet looks good. And I got the Release 1 and Release 2 of this. Well, Release 1, Version A and Version B. So this is Version B. Let's get Version A out first. Version A is the banana yellow, which looks pretty cool. And then also, this one is like from your regular retail release. Like I said, it's Johnny Lightning 50 years. And this is what I mean by all the typical Johnny Lightning stuff. All the colors and then pictures and so on. And classic facts and blah, blah, blah. Which the Cadillac didn't have that. So it was kind of cool to see that nice subtle packaging on the Cadillac Curse. But this is cool too. Actually, I prefer this one because I'm a Mopar fan. And on the back of this, it gives you a list of the cars that was in this series. The Ranchero, Coronet Super Bee, 65 Mustang 2+2, your 69 Lincoln Continental, your 1992 Cadillac Elante, and your 72 Chevy Vega. And I might pick up a couple of the Vegas because I am a big fan of the little Vegas. And then there's some facts about the White Lightning and so on. And then it also gives you a look at some of the other sets, which a couple of these you see me unbox. And actually had the White Lightning of that I unboxed the other week, the 34 Ford Coupe. And there's the Superbird and so on. So pretty cool set previously and the set that they have now. Now these ones said 50th anniversary on the wheel or on the tire in white letter. These ones don't. These just say regular like BF Goodwrench or Goodyear. Let's get him out so we can get a better look at him. Trying to open these a little bit fragilely. That way I can reuse the packaging if I want to hang them on the wall because I'm running out of shelf space because, as you guys know, I'm a loose collector, so I'm running out of shelves. So I can hang these on the wall at least if they're in the blister pack with the J hook. So there he is. Yeah, BF Goodwrench tire radial TAs. So yeah, not like the previous set that we looked at, the 50th anniversary, where it said 50th anniversary in white letters. I prefer your regular conservative BF Goodwrench or Goodyear white letters instead of the 50th anniversary, but it's still cool to have them. I know they did that with their 10th anniversary set a few years back. I have a Duster that says 10th anniversary in white lettering on the tires. So nicely done car. And this is an opening hood casting. And don't want to force it open, but you can see in there it's, I think, 440, I believe. But anyways, nice looking car. Hood's correct for the Super B. And this car is really nicely done, nicely detailed. A little bit small for 1/64th, but still very nice car, nice detail. Love the poverty caps with the body colored stillies. That's always a nice touch. So they did a very nice job on this. This is an older casting from maybe back in the early 2000s, but still yet one that I still really, really like. Just wish it was a little bit bigger for the 1/64th to be able to put in my diorama, because that's the thing that kills it. It can't go into the Mr. Norm's dealership, because I'll show you the 71 Charger, and look how small this is. And I know this is a 71, this is a 70, but they were nowhere near that different in size. They were almost the same length pretty much. The 71 may have been slightly longer because it did have long front fenders, but the width and everything on the car is way off. So anyway, still nice casting, nice car, just not suited for diorama use. So let's get the little pink one out, and this is version B, Panther Pink. And as I said, this is a little bit dark, but not too dark. Panther Pink was kind of like a pinkish purple, a little darker than your typical magenta. So anyways, like I said once before, just bear with me, guys. Trying to be a little gentle with these packages. That way I can maybe reuse them later on. And there we go. There he is, version B in Panther Pink. Still, it looks really good in these colors. Love the Chrysler high impact colors. And 70 was actually like the kickoff year for high impact. 69, they started playing around with them. But 70 is when they went full bore with them and went crazy with the high impact colors in 70 and 71 and into 72. Then by 73 they got a little more conservative again, but 70 and 71 were the years to remember for these high impact colors. So really do like the high impact stuff. You can always, if you don't know cars, you can always pick out a Mopar at a car show because of these colors. They're so vibrant and just they jump out at you and say, hey, look at me. Love the Mopars. So there they are, A and B, 70 Super B. Now those ones you should be able to find at your local Walmart or at your local Ollie's, whoever you get your Johnny Lightning cars from. The Hearst, on the other hand, you may have to get from a hobby shop. Sometimes Walmart gets a hobby exclusive stuff. I don't know what it all means, like what you have to do to get the hobby exclusive things. I know they're just a little more limited, but sometimes I've seen hobby exclusive stuff at Walmart before. So anyways, you may be able to find them there, but I'm going to say most likely you're going to have to find like an online hobby shop, or maybe even Hobby Lobby would have those. But the Super Bs, you should have no problem finding them. Now we're moving on to our next brand, which is Racing Champions. I was kind of glad to see these guys come back, and I was really hoping that they would do some like retooling on some of their castings. That's why I figured I would give them a chance again and buy their Impalas that my buddy Eric got at Decker Toys. Because not a lot of people here are selling the Racing Champions stuff. But I figured if it hit the Philippines, I would give it a chance again. And this is their 64 Chevy Impala. As you see, hobby exclusive. And I was really hoping they were going to retool this casting, because the whole casting in general is not that bad, except for the front end, and they did not fix it, so I'm a little bit disappointed. All they did was paint the side of the grill. Actually, I've seen some of the earlier releases since they came back out in 2016 or 17 with this car. I was looking at some pictures online, and it still was chrome on the side there. A 64 Impala, as you can see in the picture, has a flush-mounted grill. 64 for Chevy was flat. Even the El Caminos, the Malibus had a very flat grill. And it was flush with the fender. Well, they made it look like there's big chrome bezels, which they never had. So anyways, this car, it looks better since they painted it. The color matched the body, but still it's kind of a disappointment that they did not fix it. Let's get him out and look at him. That's one of the reasons I think Racing Champions went out of business before, because they were a little bit too expensive and too detailed for just your typical kid's toy, and they were not good enough with all of their cars for your collector, such as myself. I'm a little bit picky with it, and if I'm paying $6 for a car, I want it to be pretty good. I mean, because you got to consider what we have nowadays, like Green Light, M2, and Autoworld and such. That's why I'm really surprised Round 2 let this get out, because of the fact that they have Autoworld, and Autoworld's very picky with being very detailed. But yeah, that's a big problem for me with this grill, because the chrome trim should have extended all the way to the edge of the fender, but you can't do that because this is all plastic, and I have no idea why they did that. They could have just made it all metal all the way up to the edge and then had a grill insert, but they didn't. So that's a big disappointment for me on the 64, because the rest of the car is really nicely done. Another thing they failed on too is the wheels and tires. Their axles are bent, and this one actually I had taken out of the package prior to the video, and I actually had to put one of the wheels back on the axle. It had fallen off because they're not pushed on too well. I ordered some of the lowriders from Autoworld that are coming up with the 62 Chevy, so I'm going to wheel swap this one eventually once I get those lowriders from Autoworld, and then put these stock wheels on one of the 62 lowriders. But yeah, it looks better since they did color match it to kind of throw it off a little bit, but it still looks really cheesy because of this line here. So yeah, I will not be buying any more 64 Chevys from Racing Champions just because of that. It's not accurate. It looks horrible. So yeah, a little disappointed with this, but the tail panel, very nice. Other body lines, very nice. The chassis also is another thing that kind of irks me, is look how much the chassis hangs down. It's not pushed up in there well, and I think that's the way all of them are. So yeah, these are some of the reasons why people quit buying some of the Racing Champion stuff. But on the other hand, they have some really nice castings, like their Buick Regal. The 8687 is spot on, the best that you can find. And actually, when they merged with RC2 back in 04 with Johnny Lightning ditched their Grand National casting and then took the Racing Champions one because it was so nice. They just eliminated the side mirrors. But nowadays, since all these guys are together again, Racing Champions took back their old casting of the Regal, and then Johnny Lightning brought back their horrendous Regal casting, which looks horrible. But anyways, yeah, there's some bad castings out there by both of these guys. But yeah, Racing Champions I thought would do a little better. Now the 58 Chevy, on the other hand, that I have here is a little bit better. This also has some cheaply made stuff on it, and I'll point that out too once we get it out. But overall, the car does look good. The dimensions, I think, are proper. The scaling, all the body lines, everything looks really good. Couple things I'll point out. So as you guys can see, I'm not much of a Racing Champions fan. I try to be, and as I said, I'll give them props on some of their cars. But even like if you look at their Cuda that they have, it has these ridiculously big rear wheels and these little tiny front wheels. But the car's body lines itself look okay. But yeah, there's a reason they went out of business, I would say. But anyways, this car is nice, but the wheels and tires are a disappointment. As you can see, the white wall is part of the wheel. So not so much of a fan of that. And also the way that they did the headlights, I would have rather them painted them on the casting, because this, since they put that little insert in here, if you look at it head on, it almost looks like an Edsel instead of a 58 Chevy. So, in my opinion, they should have just been painted. But still, yet, not a bad car. That's the only two downsides of this one I can say, is the headlight inserts, but that I can overlook. It's not as hideous as the Impala's grille. The wheels and tires I can overlook too. Hey, it's still rubber tires, but still would have preferred the white wall to be part of the tire. But anyways, not a bad casting. This one I can actually deal with. I actually like this one. But I probably won't buy any more of them unless it's like a chase piece or something like that. And even then, I will have to think twice on it, even depending on the price. But yeah, the Racing Champion stuff, this is why I don't have much of the Racing Champion stuff in my collection. They have a nice 70 Superbird too. The Regal is really nice. It's the best in the business. I can't think of anybody that makes a nicer one. Even the Johnny Lightning ones that you see, the Maijo exclusives that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, the T-Type, the silver and black one, that's not a Johnny Lightning casting. That's actually Racing Champions casting. So that's why I'm saying they have the best in the business when it comes to that car. Superbird also is pretty nice. It's the only one that's pretty much nice on scale and with body lines. So everyone else is a little bit small. So they do have their nice ones, but they do have a lot of bad ones too. But so anyways, let's move along to Autoworld. And this is our hobby exclusive. This one came out early last year, late 18. This is a hobby exclusive 72 Ford Mustang Mach 1 in Maroon. Most of these guys I remember was labeled a 71, but this one's labeled 72. So let's get him out and look at him. This is one of 2016, and this is also when it still had the boxes, which I really like the boxes. I mean, just because of the point, it gives you somewhere to store these cars if you do have to move or put them away or something like that. That's one thing I like about Tamica, is they come with those boxes. That's one thing I like about Mini GT and so on, because of the boxes. I think the collector boxes are pretty cool, because sometimes when you open these cars, you can't get them back in the packages. So at least you have somewhere to put them. So, anyways, let's get this guy out and look at him. And this is the last of the big fastback Mustangs. This is the last, well, 73 would have been the last fastback Mustang up until 2005. All the other ones up and from 73 up until 2005 were, if they were like a fastback look, they were hatchbacks. And then the one generation from, what was it, 94 to 04 didn't even offer a hatchback. They were all coupes. So this is the last of the first gens. To me, this is like a second gen, but they still labeled 64 to 73 first gen Mustangs. But cool looking car. I used to not dig these too much, but they have grown on me over the years. So I have started liking these. And I guess this is their style that was in the original Gone in 60 Seconds movie, which actually, unfortunately, I've never seen the original movie. But this is a pretty cool car, actually. They did a heck of a job with it. The details in the grille. And then, what does the the license plate say? Exclusive. That's pretty cool, too. XCLUSV. Exclusive. For the hobby exclusive. So, pretty cool. they always have cool vanity plates on these cars. That's why I really dig Autoworld. And they really do a heck of a job with their body lines, making sure it's to scale. And they don't let anything out, usually with any big flaws. The only thing I have against them was the Silverados with the rear wheel opening. It sloped downward too much. But it's still a heck of a casting. I can't complain. I still buy all of them I can get my hands on, so I don't disapprove of them too much. So, last but not least, is a regular release from last year, 2019, and it is the 74 Buick Estate Wagon. This is the first Buick wagon I've got from Autoworld. Have some of the Chevy wagons, but this is my first Buick, so I'm very stoked to get this one. And it is in Cinnamon Poly is the name of the color. So let's get him out and get a better look at this guy. And yeah, I guess Green Light is coming out with some really cool wagons this year too. I'm hoping to get my hands on the 70 Plymouth, because nobody does Mopar wagons except Hot Wheels has the, I think it's like a 71, 72 Plymouth Satellite wagon. I got a couple of them, and the first one was actually the Brady Bunch Retro Entertainment. I have it, but besides that, I don't know of any 1/64th Mopar wagons that are cool. So really looking forward to the 70 Plymouth from Green Light. So here is the 74 Buick Estate Wagon. Really cool. Big monster. And let's see what his plate says. Relax. So yeah, I guess it's just relax in the big boat or something like that. I'm not sure I get the relax thing, but still cool. It's a vanity plate. And this is really nice, the metallic in the cinnamon color. And then it's just, this is supposed to be like simulated wood grain, but they didn't really put any kind of grain look. It's just kind of like brown, but still not bad. So really cool car. Happy to add this to my wagon collection. When we were doing our wagon challenge that I came up with a few months back, I would have definitely used this guy in it. So this is going in like my top favorite wagons. So this is it, guys, for our Monday premium unboxing from round 2. And yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news with the Impalas, but yeah, the 64 is still a disappointment. The 58's nice though. Then, as I said, all the rest of them are cool. The Johnny Lightning one, the hobby exclusive 59 Cadillac Curse, little small. The proportions are a little off, but still a cool car. I can deal with it. But the Impala, as I said, I was just hoping that they were going to fix that, because nobody else does a 64 Chevy true to scale, and this one is pretty much true to scale. It's spot on, like comparing it to the Revell Lowriders, which that's another company I miss. I wish somebody would buy out Revell and bring back the Lowriders. So round 2, if you're listening, that's a company you should invest in. Maybe X out the Racing Champions and take on Revell. That would be great. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be doing our Chase unboxing on Wednesday as scheduled. Not sure what I'm going to be bringing you guys. It may also be round 2, or it may be Green Light, Green Machines, or M2. I have all of them at my disposal right now. Just not sure which ones I'm going to bring out on Wednesday, so it'll be a surprise for you. So make sure you tune back in on Wednesday and see what I got in store for you guys. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Remember to turn on your little notification bell so you know when I come up with some more videos for you guys. Every week there's 3 regular episodes and sometimes bonus videos. So make sure you subscribe and like, give me a thumbs up and share. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you.